just go live here. Okay, I think we're live. I hope everybody can hear me. StreamYard keeps wanting me to upgrade. I had to pass through all of those things. So, Merry Christmas from the Philippines, boys and girls. First thing I want to address is naturally the Mark Thornton deal. And I purposely did not do anything about Mark, and the reason is simple. I was contacted along with some other gentlemen that the family had wished to remain radio silent when this first occurred. And so we honored that and did not go make a video about what happened. Apparently, a number of people didn't get that memo and went ahead and did it anyway. So it goes without saying that the loss of Mark is tragic, and May and I wish nothing but the best for Jen moving forward. Our condolences and love go out to her and little Rogan. Fortunately for me, I met up with Mark, or I ran into Mark about 3 weeks ago at a coffee shop / car wash. And I was there with a couple of other boys, and I had the opportunity to shake his hand and say hello, and met Rogan for the first time. And I tickled Rogan, but he was having nothing to do with me. He just wanted to suck on his pacifier. And I also chatted up Jen for a little bit, and had no idea 3 weeks ago or so that I'd be speaking about this now. And so I'm going to kind of just leave it at that. I think what's been said has been said. One thing that I will encourage all of you to do, I felt that I didn't have enough facts to make a video. Plus, when I saw other people doing it over and over and over again, I got the impression that it was a little bit exploitive. And I knew that the family was wanting some privacy, and that's about that. Hard for me to put this into words. It's a little emotional. One thing that I will encourage you to do is to go to Mark's channel. Our mutual friend Greg has done a video with Jen, and in that video are the actual, true, accurate facts and figures and numbers of what really happened, as opposed to a number of other videos that have been posted with a ton of inaccuracies. And that's a shame. And of course, the lousy comments and all that kind of stuff, which is just unfair and wrong. So I'm going to, at the end of this video, or into this live stream, I haven't gone live in about 2 months. I'm going to put a link to that video that Greg did with Jen. And one other thing that I'll put to rest, because there was some mention that he didn't do the right thing, blah, blah, blah. I actually, the day that I learned of what happened to Mark, I emailed the embassy. Mark and I I'm a liaison with the embassy. Mark was a liaison with the embassy. And I spoke with the gentleman there, and I asked him first if he was aware of what had happened, and he said yes, he had just found out the day before, and that he had been in contact with Mark a couple of weeks prior. And Mark did have his paperwork, all of his ducks were in a row in regards to his Social Security, and that he was going to put his hands on Mark's file on Monday. What is today, baby? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, so that was 2 days ago. And prior to that, I talked to the embassy. So I talked to the embassy, I think, on Friday or Saturday. And that's where I think I'll kind of leave it. I'll go to the comments. StreamYard's changed these things up here, so I'm still having issues with sunlight in this eye, for the record. And the good news is I had the, what do you call it, the cataracts removed. Both eyes are functioning fine, but I think this one's got some kind of infection or more swelling in it. When I went to the doctor, I told her it's really irritating me and it's really watering a lot. And she said, well, let me look. And she goes, well, you've got a dog hair stuck in your eye. Usually it's an eyelash, but apparently my little dog Yippee slapped me in the face with her tail once, and a hair lodged in my eye. So been doubling up on the drops, and I'm pretty sure that it'll clear up, but I am going to make another trip back to the doctor. And so it's going to be complicated for me to keep up with the comments. I hope and pray that you understand that. And we just wanted to wish you guys all a Merry Christmas. I did want to go ahead and talk about Mark for a quick minute, but I didn't want to belabor it because enough has been said. And I, again, would just offer our condolences and our love and our prayers, and also encourage you to watch the video that is currently running on his channel. I think that would probably be the best thing that you can do, and you'll get real information from the proverbial horse's mouth. Excuse me. May and I have been sick ourselves. I spent yesterday in bed. I went to bed at noon and didn't get up until 1 o'clock this morning. And then I went right back to bed. So May was in bed for 24 hours the day before, or 2 days before. We've got some kind of cough, flu, whatever, fever, and that's going on. And then May, on top of everything else, her mother was hospitalized during all this. So we dealt with that. And we're just glad that we're all still here. May's mother is apparently going to be okay. She had an MRI and she's been having issues, what, with her stomach, baby? Yes. Her stomach? Yeah. Yes. So, prayers out to May's mother. And I see all the Merry Christmases here, so thank you guys very much. I won't make this into a big, long deal. Again, I've been under the weather, so making videos has not been my #1 priority for the last 5 or 6 days. The last one was about our home build debacle. That continues. And I'm going to do an update on that. I will say that we went out to with her sister on Monday, I think it was, to get the building permit. And go ahead and ask me, hey, Paul, did you get your building permit? What's that, you say? No, I didn't. We have to go back yet again. We did find the elusive merengue captain that we've been trying to find for 4 or 5 days, or 4 or 5 trips now. And because every time we've gone, he's been at lunch. Whether we go at 8 in the morning or noon, he's off tying on the feed bag. They said, man, we must have the fattest merengue captain in the planet. So anyway, he was there. I'm not allowed to go in, by the way, when these girls, when I say the girls, I'm talking about May and her sister Jing, when we go to take care of this stuff. Apparently, when I show up, there's some kind of weird energy that permeates the room, even though I don't say anything. So they've regaled me to stay in the car while they go upstairs and bounce around and try to take care of all this stuff. And eventually, we'll have that squared away, and we'll get our little building permit for the land, and we're not going to proceed with a build well into next year. As far as that topic goes, we just want to fence off the property. We want to have the permit. We want to have the fence permit. And we also want to have the title. I got to give a great big shout out, and I'm going to do a dedicated video with this gentleman here in the future for JR at JRC Visas. He jumped in with both feet. Him and I and his wife and May, we went out to dinner with him for his birthday, and he asked me, what's new? And unfortunately for JR, I told him that about the issues we were having with this property. And so the gentleman that he says, let me see your paperwork. And so he looked at the paperwork, and then he actually got in the car with us last week, drove up to the property and met the attorney that was originally starting the title process. And the title, the good news is totally clean. It's pure. It's just a matter of having it transferred from the old owner into baby May's name. And JR has offered the attorney to help with that process, simply because JR's got the staff, and the attorney that we initially used and are still using was understaffed, lives out of town. So in order to move the ball forward as far as getting this title transferred, he's stuck at about the 50-55 yard line. And JR has said, okay, I'm going to help you guys move this over the goalpost. So our plans are to simply wait until we actually have a purified title. It's in our possession, and then we will regroup and rethink this house build. We fortunately were not devastated by the scam that was perpetuated. I always call myself a volunteer as opposed to a victim, because I had the choice to use the guy or not, and I chose to use him. Unfortunately, there were a number of people that also used this guy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's videos out there on my channel, if you're so inclined, that talk about our house build, or better phrased, lack of house build. And there's some people out there, I think 35 people, that were swept into this guy's web, and they lost a lot of money, where May and I probably lost 4 or 5 months worth of income. And we can recover and recoup from that. And so for that, we're grateful. We learned a lesson, and hopefully that lesson we can transcend into videos so that others don't fall into the same trap. We had done what I thought was the most extensive due diligence you could do in checking this guy out, along with other people. And when you got a Bernie Madoff kind of guy that really is good at what he does, and that's scam people, he tends to come out the winner. There were a number of people that their spidey senses came out, and they talked to him, and something that they felt or heard didn't seem right, and so they did not go with him, and they were the fortunate ones. Anyway, let's see. There's a bunch of comments in here, guys, and there's just going to be no freaking way I can get to them. I'm going to do the best that I can. A lot of Merry Christmases, so thank you for that. One other thing is I usually do a Christmas video, dedicated video, and a gentleman named Alex contacted me the other day and said, hey, Paul, I'm a new YouTuber, and I have a small channel, and I was really moved by a video you did a couple of years ago on your channel at Christmas. Can I hijack it? Can I have it? Can I use it? He was kind enough to ask. And I said, sure. So, and he did it, and he did it well. And so that is going to suffice as my Christmas video, Alex's video. I will put a link in the description here to his video for Christmas. It's about being alone. And what else? I already posted it up on my Facebook page, but I'll go ahead and put it in here too. And I think it would be awesome if you guys could watch that. So to sum it up, I would encourage you to go to Every Man Has a Story, watch the video that Greg did with a lot of class and dignity with Jen, and gave absolute true facts. Not a bunch of conjecture, not a bunch of guesses, not a bunch of snarkiness, just what happened. Like I said, the embassy's been contacted. They're fully aware of it. And Mark is okay, or Rogan, I should say, is okay. And Jen is okay as far as his Social Security. I verified that with the embassy. And other than that, that's kind of what I got. I'm not used to doing live streams. I kind of laid off of them. I'm just going to kind of scroll through here and say hi to everybody. Boy, we got a lot of friends in the room. And yes, let's see. Let's see. Can you post your Visa guide? Oh, yeah, the Visa guide. That's JR over at JRC. I'll be happy to post his little page. Or I think he's got a YouTube channel. Doesn't everybody? Oh, why am I wearing eyeglasses? I am super sensitive to light. And so this eye, my left eye, it's probably your right eye on the screen, is got a little swelling to it. And I'm constantly putting drops in. So if I didn't have all the lights on here in the room, the glasses would come off. I don't wear them all day long in the house, but I have to because we have a backlight shining into my face right now so that I show up on the screen. Let's see. Yeah, I am streaming, and one guy says I love big women. You guys crack me up. Oh, that's right. Hit the like button. I almost forgot. It's been so long since I've done a stream. The only thing we ever ask when we do a live, I say we, my wife's not included in this. She's not dressed, is to hit the like button. We don't know why, but we just ask you to do it. And we don't want anybody getting hurt. So if you do hit the like button, make sure you bend at the knees and hydrate. We don't want any injuries. Okay. So I guess I could put a few of these up on the screen, kids. There's so far we've got nothing but nice stuff coming up, which is do I know if I don't know do I know if Mark had thick blood? I don't. I know I do. Let's see. Again, if you want to know anything and everything about Mark, I'm really going to, for the fourth time, encourage you to tune into his channel and watch the video. That will help Jen as far as getting some views. Make sure you like it, share it, tell your friends about it. If you want to support her, by all means, we would encourage that. Let's see, there are a lot of people that have said that we should get like jungle justice on this guy that did his thing on the properties. I don't think that punishment suits the crime. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to see him do a year in jail. And to be honest with you, I haven't heard anything from anybody that's involved in it in days. Maybe everybody's busy with Christmas. That's about it. Excuse me. We're still getting over this stuff. There's a couple of super stickers, so we appreciate those very much. Maybe I'll do a little more in-depth interview style deal or just a video for Christmas on members, and then later on release it to the general public. I've actually been off YouTube for almost a week due to a number of reasons. Number one, I didn't want to do anything about Mark because I felt it was exploitive. I think I mentioned that. And the family had requested radio silence, so we just wanted to respect the family's wishes. The brother eventually did a Facebook release. And yes, there are some really nasty videos out there that are almost unbelievable. One guy's asking if my eyes are messed up from the operation. No, I can actually see perfectly through both eyes, which is the great news. That's 95% of the success. The only downside is this one has possibly got an infection or is just irritated. Last time we went in, there was a hair in my eye from a dog. So that was irritating things, and it's swollen a little bit. So I just need to go in and get checked up and see what's going on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to name the channels, and I'm not going to put the comment up, but there have been a number of channels that have just done some horrible videos about poor Mark, and God bless his wife and child. It's just so unnecessary. And you know what? I'm pretty close to the situation. Mark and I spent a lot of time together during the pandemic and did a lot of videos together. We did tend to grow apart over time. He kind of went his direction and I went my direction, and that's just normal. We were never attached at the hip, and it doesn't mean that we had any kind of angst or anything between the two of us. We just sort of saw things differently. And for me, when that happens, I was always open to saying hello. Had breakfast with him a few times, had coffee with him a few times. And like I mentioned, I saw him maybe 3 weeks ago, said hi, shook his hand, tried to tickle his son, and said hi to Jim. And Mike was there, went in and said hi to Mark. And that was that. One thing I'll say about Mark is he had a really I admired about him was his work ethic. He was not afraid to sit down every single day and grind it out, either with a live stream or get in an interview or do a video. And we were all happy to see that he got some big views his last month or so. A couple of these videos got picked up by some other channels and promoted, which was good. It was helpful. Where the channel is going to move from this point forward, I don't know. I'm sure they'll leave it up. And if you want to support them, there's a couple of ways that you can do so via the video that is on his channel now, and just viewing it or just running his playlist or something will help him, or help Jim, I should say. And the last thing I want to see is especially at this time of year, is this thing happen. It makes my problems and my issues seem petty, and so it makes me stand back and say, "Wow, that could have been me." And it does. May and I have been trying to, or I've been trying to, make sure that when I go, that May has something tangible, and therefore the house build. If I was a single guy, I wouldn't even entertain the idea of buying land. It'd be the last thing from my mind. But being married, and May becoming accustomed to a certain lifestyle, she has her own channel. She's come up to where she's earning her own money. She loves doing YouTube. So I'd encourage you to watch my wife's channel Today with Baby May. Give you a plug there, baby. She's busy on her phone playing with the dogs. And that's about it. When I leave, I want to make sure that she's got, if nothing else, if we never get a house built, at least she's got a free and clear piece of property that, so far as I know, has at least doubled in value since we purchased it. So I guess if you do the math, I look at what we've invested into it, even with the scammy builder, and if we were to sell it tomorrow, she would come out ahead a few bucks. So that's good news. Better than the opposite, right? And other than that, kids, I don't know what else to tell you. It's been a wacky year. It's been a weird 6 months. There's been more stress in my life in the last 6 months than in the first 6 years. And thankfully, I think the majority of that is finally behind me. And the stress has come with bureaucracy more than anything else. And of course, the dude. But we've written off the money. We've written off the guy. He's in our past. He's in my rearview mirror. Okay, cool. You got me. Good for you. You win, I lose. And that's that. But now we're just trying to proceed with fixing some of the holes that he left which is no building permit, no fence permit. We're in violation with the barangay. And fortunately, we finally got a hold of barangay last trip. Took 5 trips, but we got there. He was there. So he signed off. And I guess a couple of 3 more people have to sign off yet again. And then next week, or whenever we go back out there, it will be finalized. And once that's finalized, we're simply going to put a temporary fence around the property and chill out until the title does come in. And at that point in time, we'll look at our options and see what we're going to do. So there's 1,000 people in the room. Thank you very much. I would love to just wish each and every one of you a rock star Christmas. I know it's Christmas Eve back home in America. I think let's just pray that we have moving forward. Our country heals. Anything that may be ailing you heals. That any issues, problems, I'm not the only one, that you guys may be having, that those are rectified, solved, healed, and we wish you nothing but goodwill and peace, and remembering what the holidays are for, and that is to have goodwill towards men. Again, there's so many comments that I just can't get to it. I'm going to keep this real short. I just wanted to make an update as to what's going on. I wanted to give you guys some links that you can click on to get the full story in the event that you haven't yet had an opportunity or you weren't aware of them. So I'm scrolling through here, and there's just a whole bunch of really nice stuff you guys are saying, which is primarily Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let's see, what else we got on here? It's hard for me to see, but anyway. Oh, there's one that I should bring up. I'm actually going to do a video about my last video answering these kind of questions. Excuse me. For a guy that anyway, me and May have been coughing our full heads off all week. Are we going to sue the contractor? No, we're not, because I got the feeling that I don't have a feeling. I know a gentleman that did sue the contractor, won the judgment, won $1 million peso judgment plus 6% interest, and hasn't seen a dime. Yet he had to invest probably, I don't know, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it might have been, to hire the attorney to do the lawsuit. So I think that if I won a judgment against this guy, it would be as worthless as the paper it's written on. He's gone. I don't know where he is. I don't pretend to know if he's in the country, if he's left the country. There's been a lot of silence recently from the other folks involved. And I think everybody is like us. I think they've pretty much just said, okay, let's write this off. Let's put it in our rearview mirror. Let's try to forget about it. And they're busy with Christmas. And there's bigger and better things to do. So lawsuits and all that, there will come a time where I'll figure out a way to name him and the company. One interesting thing about what's it called, cyber civil lawsuits, if you defame somebody or run their name through the mud, they can sue you. And it's free. They just make a complaint. And the Philippines, if they feel it's warranted, if they were to watch one of my videos or anybody else's videos that name somebody and call them out and make accusations, well, they don't have to pay a dime. They just have to make a complaint. And then it's up to the Philippines. Do we want to prosecute this person? That happened to one of the guys that's doing a build who did call the guy out. Now, so there's no skin off of the contractor's nose, and more importantly, there's no money coming out of his wallet in order to do that. It's free. You just go complain. And if they say, yeah, that's warranted, they'll prosecute the guy. From what I understand, this gentleman has been prosecuted. I don't know if he's been served or not, which is key. However, what he pointed out to me is, he goes, you know what, Paul, even though I can back up every one of my claims that I made in the video and probably come out victorious, I still got to hire a lawyer. And that's going to cost me $1,000 minimum. And so what are you doing now? You're just throwing more money at the same problem. And what's the point? It's like, why would I sue him if I know, I don't know, but I have a pretty solid feeling that I would never see a nickel out of it. It's like something going to collection, good luck getting somebody to pay it. All right. So anyway, kids, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do. I just wanted to touch base with you guys real quick because we've been out of the loop for a while due to our own issues, health-wise, and May's mother, who's been under the weather. So we've been trying to take care of our own. And I did want to go ahead and make sure that, because people have been hounding me, why haven't you done something about Mark? And actually, I was deleting those comments the first couple of days because, again, I'll be repetitive. The family had requested that people keep it off of YouTube. They wanted their privacy. And I can only imagine if I was to trade shoes, right, or put myself in Jen's shoes for a moment, do I really want my phone blowing up while I'm trying to deal with my spouse in the hospital and make all these decisions and all the emotions and all the feelings and trying to take care of a 6-month-old baby and then having a bunch of people emailing you and asking questions? You don't need to deal with that. That's just a bunch of nonsense. And it's just really people being nosy. And even with the most well-intentioned people wanting to, offer encouragement or help or send money or whatever, you're going to need a day or two, which is what they took to get organized and to find out what's what. And that's about it. I'm not going to get into any more details on it. I'm going to let the video on Mark's channel with Greg speak for itself. And I guess I will just call it a live stream. I know it's not very long, but I just kind of wanted to, I'm still not really feeling 100%, to be honest with you. And I'm going to spend Christmas Day here with my wife and with my doggies. And I hope, again, that everybody out there is blessed, having a good time. Christmas Eve there in the States, if that's where you are. And I got nothing else. That's really just what I wanted to do. All right, guys. So God bless all of you. Thanks again for all the support that you show to Baby May and myself on our respective channels. And the majority of you guys keep it clean. You guys keep it civil. And for those of you that do not keep it clean and do not keep it civil, I pray for you that whatever it is that's bothering you or whatever demons are attacking you, that they be cast out and that you can start over again with a fresh leaf come New Year. And hopefully those demons, whatever it is that's haunting you, that you're projecting out onto other people, that they leave you. So we'd all need to love our brothers. And even those that don't deserve it, we're supposed to love. And so I'll end the note on that. Merry Christmas. We love you. And we are looking forward to seeing you or hearing from you in our future videos, whatever those might be. So once again, there's a gentleman named Alex that did a rehash of an old video that I did for Christmas. I'm going to let that suffice, and I'm going to put it in the description box once this does its cycling factor here in StreamYard. And then I'll put a link to Every Man Has a Story, the video that Greg did with Jen. And I'll also put something in for JR over at JRC if you need to contact him for any needs. All I can say, I'm going to do a dedicated video with him because he really went over and above board as a friend. He said, I just want to do this for you, Paul. I appreciate you. And you're my friend, and that's what friends do. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. I know it was short, sweet, but I guess that's probably the best way to do it, right? Okay, I will see you guys in the next. Thanks, brother.